hope like everyone can see my screen. Can you please confirm? Anyone?
Oh, is
Okay.
visible.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so as part of last week, we can say like we are discussing on product object. We played around the product object and all the fields from product, like what is the intention, I mean what is the use of each and every field. We discussed on that. And today, like, let me open them. We created this mechanical bundle and we discussed couple of fields except pricing field and amendment and renewal fields. Like each and every field I discuss, and I hope you are doing all these things in your org. And once I done with product option, I will give you assignment as I mentioned, because for each and every field I will not be able to give assignments, but at least like once we done with the product and product option, at least bundle concept, we are not completed first bullet point yet. We are still on bundle because we need to complete bundle. We discussed like product option, we discussed product field, but let me complete today on this, and then today itself like I will be giving assignment. So as part of last week, we created this mechanical bundle. We keep this hidden checkboxes true, so it will not display, this bundle will not display on generated PDF. And we'll keep optional checkbox true because we don't want to consider the product bundle price in the generate I mean on the code document. This is the setting we did on the bundle level. I'm just giving some heads up here, like how we did that. And then we created one of the product option, and this product option we discussed like what is the use of product option. We discussed it will connect your bundle to your actual product, right? So optional SKU, it means like your actual product, and configured SKU means your bundle product. So this SLM basic package will always be sold inside the mechanical bundle, right? This is what we discussed in last lecture. And then we have not discussed any field from this product option. So we will start discussing on product option today. It's not like it's very simple actually. How to create product option we discussed. You can give number, because whenever you go to the code and once you select any bundle, mechanical bundle for example, inside that you can have multiple products here, right? So if you go to the mechanical bundle, if you go to related list, you will see we created three product options here, one for SLM, one for CAD, and one for maintenance for CAD, right? So these three products we created, I mean three product options we created, and we have given number as 1 2 3. So whenever you go to any code, right? So if you go to for example this code, this is not renewal, okay. So if you go to edit lines, right, and whenever you go and add this mechanical bundle, it should display all these things in sequence. First will SLM, then CAD and maintenance, right? So whenever you go there, add products, if you select mechanical bundle, if I click select, right, I can see SLM, CAD and maintenance as per our sequence, right? SLM, CAD and maintenance. So this is how the sequence will be displayed. If I change this sequencing numbers, if you go to product option, one of the product option, if you change this number, it will just do those things, like it will just sort those products based on your number. That's the number field. What is this quantity field? Okay, so quantity field means by default what will be the quantity for SLM basic package, right? So this product option is how you are reading this screen. I think I discussed that, right? So this is my configure product screen. Inside this screen I have this mechanical bundle. Inside mechanical bundle I have these many product options, one product option, second product option, third product option. Inside that product option we have this actual product, SLM, then CAD and maintenance, right? This is how you should read the screen. Now I am saying SLM basic package, it should have by default quantity 1. If you are not entering, it will come as 1. But for example, if I want by default quantity as 2, right, then you can enter, sorry, not this one, sorry, this one, right? So quantity, this is by default quantity, like because few products cannot be sell uh, with less than 1 or less than 2 or less than 3. That is the quantity. And what is this quantity editable? Quantity editable means if you have this quantity editable, you can change the quantity here to 10, right? I will be coming back and discussing combination of these three things. So quantity editable, quantity you got. Quantity means by default, whenever you load the screen, what is the default quantity? That is the thing you need to specify here. And quantity editable is the thing you need to give the ability to users or sales rep to, so they can go and change this quantity on the quote line editor screen, that is configure product screen. That is the quantity editable. Selected means automatically this product will be selected. So let me save this configuration now. I will make this as required unchecked. Okay, so what I did, I will remove this bundle checkbox. We discussed this bundle checkbox if you remember, but I will change. So what I'm trying to say, my by default quantity is 2 and it is editable and it is selected. Selected means automatically this will be checked. Now I am checking, but automatically it will be checked, but you can uncheck that. So let me cancel and reload the screen. If I selected mechanical bundle, I should see the output based on that. So now I haven't checked anything. Automatically by default quantity is 2. It is editable and this is checked, but you can uncheck and save. Like it's not preventing you to check this, but it's like by default configuration, you can check this. That is the use of selected. Selected means it should be selected automatically, right? And required means it's required, right? So if I check this required checkbox, it will be required, right? It will be required. If I go and cancel this, it will be grayed out. So let me add the product bundle again, right? So now I cannot uncheck this particular SLM basic package because it's required now. You cannot uncheck that, but you can change the quantity to 10, something like you can do whatever you want and then you can save that record. But you cannot uncheck this particular product option because that is the required product when you are selling this particular bundle. This is the use of required checkbox. And what is this minimum quantity and maximum quantity? It's very straightforward. So if I specify minimum quantity as 2 and maximum quantity as, for example, 10, no one will specify maximum quantity because there should not be any company who will tell to the customer that you cannot purchase more than this. They are ready for the more quantities, but I'm just telling you example. If I have minimum quantity 2 and maximum quantity 10, even if you keep this field blank, you have this default quantity. You can change this 2 to 1, right? If you say like, if you don't have minimum quantity here, if you have 2 is my default quantity, right? But you can change this 2 to 1 as well, and you can change 2 to 3 as well. It's not preventing you to reduce the quantity. But if I set minimum quantity as 2, then it will not allow to go lesser than this 2. And for example, maximum quantity is 10. So what it tells to the Salesforce CPQ developer that if I have minimum quantity as 2 and maximum quantity as 10, it should be in between. Like whatever you are selecting, it should be in between. And CPQ is smart enough to display the message there. Let me cancel this and add this bundle again to see the changes. So now you can see, I can see by default quantity is 2, which is coming from here because that is my minimum quantity. If I change to 2 to 1, and if I try to save that, I will get error message that you have not made minimum quantity 2 for SLM basic package. So that's the beauty of Salesforce CPQ. Now you will understood like how we are comparing with the standard code. So it will automatically give you error message that you need to select something greater than 2. If I selected more than 10, even it will change the message and it will show you like you exceeded the maximum allowed quantity 10 for SLM basic package. Even it will guide you like maximum quantity should be 10. Okay, so this is how your minimum and maximum quantity will work. Any questions on these 4 fields at least: quantity, number, quantity editable, selected, required, minimum, maximum quantity? Okay, coming back to one of the slide on product option, we started on the slide number 5, that is product option, right? So product, that is bundle product, and we are on still on product bundles. We have not discussed anything from here. So once we're done with the product bundle, then we'll go back and change discuss this MDQ product, subscription product. So those slides are at last. We discuss product bundles. We discuss like there are 3 types of product bundles: static, configurable, and nested bundles. And then we started on the product option. So product option is something, it's like junction object which will link your actual product to your bundle. Then we discuss these product option fields, that is numbers, selected and required, right? We just discussed that number, selected and required, right? So these three fields are very important. And then the next slide is quantity control. What is this quantity control, right? So I will give you one scenario and you should think from this side, right? So now I know this quantity, this quantity, and this quantity, and this quantity. I have four fields here related to quantity, right? So how that will change your logic? I can see quantity, 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 quantity. If I have these four fields, now let me give you the scenario. Okay. So my first goal is, if you read the first statement, my goal is forget about this, all this column. Just I got one story from my sales rep that always require a quantity of 3 and no changes allowed, right? So you got one product, you configured that, you created bundle for that, you created option for that, and now your sales rep is saying, as a sales rep, I should always set the quantity of 3, and you are not allowed. I mean, sales rep is not allowed to change that quantity from 3 to something else. It's always 3. That is static. It will never change. That is my goal. What you will do? Just think on that side. What you will do? Okay. So the answer is, we have quantity field on product option. We have quantity editable field on product option, and we have minimum quantity field on product option, right? So I'm discussing on these three fields. Maximum quantity anyways no one will use, obviously, because this will be rare case, very rare case. But I'm saying you can use quantity, quantity editable, and minimum quantity field to achieve this goal. How you will do that? So for example, if what I'm trying to say, always require a quantity of 3, no changes allowed. So what I can do, I will set this quantity as 3. I will uncheck this flag and I will remove the quantity from minimum quantity to blank. What will happen? Now I'm saying quantity editable is false. That means it will not allow you to change the quantity. And by default quantity is 3, right? So this is how you can achieve the requirement. So always require quantity of 3, no changes allowed. That means quantity field should be 3 and quantity editable field should be false and minimum quantity field should be blank. So in this way, this is false. That's the reason you cannot change. This will by default quantity will come as 3 and you are not allowed to change. That's the reason. This is how you need to set up your first goal. Good on first scenario. Okay. Second thing is, second scenario, just think on this side, forget about all this field. Second business use case is, I intentionally added this slide because I know like you will get these types of requirement when you actually start working on the project. So sales rep will say, as a sales rep, you can suggest me starting quantity of 1 and let sales rep change it. How you will achieve that? Starting quantity should be 1 and based on sales rep, they can change 1 to 0 or 1 to 2, 1 to 3, whatever they want. How you can give this flexibility? The answer is, you can keep this by default field should be blank. Two things, Srinivas, that is also correct. I mean, the Srinivas is saying you can keep the quantity field as 1 and this field as true and this field as blank. I'm not saying this scenario. I forgot about these things. So I'm saying, if you want starting quantity of 1, let me go back to screen. That is also two solutions are there. You can set starting quantity as 1, quantity editable as true, right? And you can save. So how it will, this will drive basic quantity, I mean default quantity 1 and you are allowed to change that. That is one solution. But there is one more solution here. You can keep the quantity field as blank, totally blank. Once you have quantity field as blank, even if you check or uncheck, it doesn't matter. Always you will have editable quantity. So when you are saying quantity as blank, it means by default quantity will be 1 and this quantity editable checkbox will be true. Even it is false here, it will allow you to change the quantity. So this is what the second solution. Let me go back to PPT. So what it's saying, suggest quantity, we can keep the quantity field as blank And quantity variable field will be totally ignored if you have quantity blank, because you are not suggesting any quantity. You are completely making default quantity blank. That means it's editable, right? So a blank quantity field causes CPQ to leave quantity editable. So the quantity editable field is completely ignored. This quantity editable field will be completely ignored if you have blank quantity on the product option. And the second is like the second answer that Srimas mentioned, that you can keep this as 1 and you can check this as well. Both the solutions are there. Whatever you want to proceed, you can go. Okay. The third scenario is suggest a starting quantity of 5 and let sales rep change it. In that case, we can go ahead with the scenario, suggest a starting quantity of 5 and make the quantity field editable. In this way, by default quantity will be 5 and they can change whatever they want. Okay. Next scenario is suggest a starting quantity of 8. Let the sales rep change it, but require at least 6. It's similar to this, but it will not allow to change. Here you can change 5 to 4 or 5 to 6. You can go with this because you don't have any minimum quantity here. You can change 5 to 4 or 5 to 6. But here what I am trying to say, I need minimum quantity as 6, right? And starting quantity as 8, that is by default quantity. And you are saying you are allowed to change, but you are allowed to change, but at least should have 6 quantity. So if you change this 8 to 5, it will throw error that minimum quantity should be 6. So that's the next point. And last point is suggest a starting value of 10 and let the sales rep change it to anything 10 or greater, right? Similar to this, only I will keep this field blank. If it is blank, it means like your quantity editable will be true, and you can mention like 10 as your minimum quantity. So when 10 as minimum quantity, by default quantity will be 10 anyways, because 10 is your minimum quantity. Even you keep this default value blank, it will take 10 as your by default quantity, right? So this is the last scenario which you can achieve by using these 3 fields. So that's the reason quantity, quantity editable, minimum quantity, and maximum quantity. These 4 fields from product option are very, very, very important. I'm taking pause. If you have any questions on these 4 fields, just let me know. You can unmute and ask, or you can just type in the chat window. Okay, no questions. Let me go back to what happened. Product option. Okay, so I will keep this quantity table selected and minimum quantity I don't. Okay, so we are discussing all product option fields today. So maximum quantity discount schedule. This is the field which we will be discussing as part of pricing and discounting session. So there we will be discussing discount schedule. Shipping country. This is something. This is custom field I added. This is service time and shipping country. This is just for my testing purpose. So ignore this. This is just custom field I added. Even we will be adding those as part of product rules and all of the session. So those are, and this is currency, like you can select currency here, whatever, if you enable for multi-currency. Configured SKU, you know, this is my bundle, and optional SKU, this is my actual product. Feature, so we will discuss once we done with this product option. We will start on feature. Feature is one of the if you go to the product, right? So every time I'm saying on bundle, we have multiple things to discuss. So we'll be discussing those once we're done with this. So if you go to the mechanical bundle, if you go to the related list, right? So we discussed optional for, we discussed options, and now we have to discuss feature as well. So once we discuss that feature, you need to assign those features to options. So we will coming back to that. Okay, so let's move ahead. Going forward, there is one more field on product option. This is very, very, very important again. Product options type. We have 3 values here: component, accessory, and related product. This is again related to your quantity, right? So what is this? If I selected component, what will happen, right? So I have quantity here as 2, and if you go to the bundle, right? If you open this bundle, I already have this bundle. On bundle, I'm on product option, I'm on bundle. On bundle as well, I have default quantity as 1. right? Here I have default quantity 1. On product option I have 2. And if I selected component here, type as component, what will happen? If I selected accessory, what will happen with the quantity? What will happen if I selected related product? So I am saying when you add these product options on code line editor here, if I save that record, based on your type setting, it will change your quantity as well. So let me go to PPT and explain you option type, right? This is the field. So I'm saying quantity, we have quantity on the product option, that is this quantity, and we have quantity on the bundle, that is this quantity, right? So these two fields are very important, and how that will change the logic on code line editor, right? So let me explain this slide so you will understand. If I selected option type as component, accessory and related product, sorry, these are the three types, right? Option type. If I selected component, just compare these three columns. Quantity on the option is 2, quantity of the bundle is 3. What will be the quantity of the quote line when we add this particular product with the component option type? It will multiply this. Quantity of the option is 2, quantity of the bundle is 3. 3 into 2, 6. That will be 6 quantity on your quote line editor, and that will not be editable. That is very important. When you add any product option with the component type, if you have 2 on quantity options and 3 on product bundle, it will multiply that and lock the results. It will not allow you to change. If I selected accessory as option type, if you have 2 as option quantity and 3 as bundle quantity, it will not multiply. Similar to that, it will not multiply. It will take the product option quantity as it is on quote line, and it will log the results, not editable. And third is related product. This is the recommended approach from Salesforce CPQ side. And in my company, we have all options with the related products. What is this? So it will give you more flexibility to your sales rep. What it will do, related product, 2 on product option, 3 quantity on product bundle. It will not multiply. It will take the results of product option and it will allow you to edit as well. You can change from 2 to 1, 2 to 3, whatever you want. So it's similar to second option, but in second option, it's taking from a product option, but it's not editable. Third, it's taking from product option similar to this, but it's allow you to edit. This is how there are three types: component, accessory, and related product. And the recommended approach or recommended solution is related product. So you are giving the flexibility to your sales rep to change that. Why we need component? If we think on that, sometimes what happens, if you are purchasing two actual product, then you need to at least purchase, I mean, there can be combination of option quantity with the bundle quantity, right? So if you take the example of this, you always include two batteries for every flashlight bundle you sell. So if you are selling one of the flashlight bundle, every time you should take two batteries with that. So three flashlights, it will multiply with two, because every time you need to take this many batteries with this many flashlights. So these types of combinations will be there, and business will give you those product combinations. So they will not tell you like how to set up those, but at least they will give you the scenario. This is my bundle, inside that this is my option, and every time this option will be multiplied with the product quantity. So in that case, you should aware on these fields how you can achieve this requirement, right? Any questions on option type? And you can test this functionality. Like it's not like I should go with live session now, but it's simple. You can just go change the type of your you already created production option, I believe. If you go to product option, if you go to related list, open any product option, and if you change this to related product, what's happening? Accessory, what's happening there on Kotlin, what's happening on component? It's very, very simple things, right? So you can test these things on your in your machine. Any questions on this? Okay, good. And as I mentioned, take related product as your best approach. And I believe we discussed bundle checkbox, but let me recap. Bundle checkbox in product option is something, whatever the my price on product option should be ignored. That will be considered as in the bundle. So bundle means This product options or this product price is considered in your bundles price. You don't need to price separately for product option. That is a bundle checkbox. And I feel I have given one live say demo by checking bundle checkbox. So go through the recording. But I'm just saying, if you check the bundle checkbox, this product options price, even it is $100 or $200, that will be included in the product bundle. So we have discussed that how it will include this bundle price, right? Let me show you one of the screenshot here. uh, I don't think I have that screenshot. That's fine. So you know, right, we discuss on that. Do you still have any questions on bundle checkbox? Just let me know. In simple words, bundle checkbox will ignore product options price, and whatever the bundle price, it will take as your customer price when you are sending document to the end customer. Invoices will not generated for this product option. Okay. Then this unit price, discount and discount amount, these three fields I will be discussing as part of pricing and discounting session. So just ignoring these things, anything related to pricing, we need to come back because we don't have any other object to play with the pricing. Again, we need to, when I'm saying pricing and discounting session, which will be next week, again we need to come back to product and set up these fields. So don't worry, like we need to come back, set up these discounts and all these things on how it will change, how it will override. You need to think on that side as well, right? So moving ahead with my PPT, we are on slide 8. We discuss quantity control, we discuss option type. There is one more field on product option, that is quote line visibility. What is this quote line visibility? If you scroll down, these are all text fields, like you can use these text fields for, but there is one quote line visibility field on product option. What is this quote line visibility? We have four options, sorry. Always, editor only, document only, and navbar. So what is this? So whenever you are selecting bundle, inside that you will be selecting product option. That is your edit line screen. When you are saying editor only, what will happen, right? So let me show you here. I have taken three screenshots so I can explain easily here. So if I take the pointer here, okay. So if I selected, these are the three screen, you know, configure product screen, edit code screen, and final PDF that we will be sending to end customer, right? So when you are saying document only, if I quote line visibility is document only, this is the option I selected there, for example. These are the four options there, right? So if I selected document only, the particular product option will not be visible on configure product screen, edit code screen. It will directly appear on the document screen. I mean the PDF screen. Why we need this document only and don't want to show to sales rep on edit code? Because there are some supporting product. For example, if you are purchasing car, right, automatically one products for the service will be added. You will get 6 month free service or 1 year free service for that car, right? So you don't want to show that to the sales rep because that will not be charged. Why we are creating combinations here? But you need to show that in the generated PDF which we will be sending to end customer, because we need to show them we are providing something, we are giving some free of cost product to you. That's the reason when you are saying document only, document means PDF document that we are generating. That is the end output, right? We will be discussing. I think I have shown you one demo on the document, how it will looks like, build to ship to all the products and everything. So if I select a document only uh, on the quote line visibility here, if I select a document only, then this particular product option, SLM basic package, right? So this is the product. This product will not be displayed here, I mean on the quote line, but it will be displayed automatically on the generated PDF. That is the first type. What is editor only? That is the second type of quote line visibility. Editor only means it will only display on the edit line screen. When you are actually adding product, you will see that product, you can change anything there, but you don't want to show that product on generated PDF. That is editor only. Editor only, that means it will not display on generated document. It will only display on the editor screen. Why we need that? For example, if you take the bundle example, Bundle can be displayed on the code line editor screen, but those should not be appeared or added in the generated PDF. For customer standpoint, it's not adding any value bundles, right? But from editing slide, you need that. So that's the reason editor only means it will only display at edit code screen and configure code screen. It will not display on the generated PDF. Always we'll go back to neighbor flutter, but always means it will always display on this screen and PDF as well. That means like the combination of document and editor, that is always. And never means you don't want to show here, you don't want to show here, you don't want to show here. That will be invisible product, just reporting purpose. You are creating that product. That is the code line visibility. So these are the four options we have in the code line visibility field on product option, right? So these are the four options: LVH, editor only, document only, and never. Any questions on code line visibility?